Good morning. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Here we are again. Had a cold, rainy weekend, but doing good.
Nice. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Yes, I'm well rested. Did some good practicing over the weekend for some trades. I've been working on some of my kind of trying to spot those snapbacks so I don't get in my trade too soon. So
Nice.
did
Nice.
some trading rehearsal yesterday for a couple hours to try to improve myself a little bit.
I like that. We had the gold I looked at a little bit earlier has remained strong, it looks like.
Yeah, hit an all-time high about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's which I also noticed the last few days that it's made its high on the day intraday. It was like strong all last week, but it made its high during the London session, and hasn't made a new high during the New York session. It doesn't look like.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I
you
thought
got
was
me there.
interesting, but
Yeah, it depends if you're looking at futures or uh, the
yeah,
platform.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, no, you know what? It hit a fresh high. Yeah, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago.
Um, the indexes, we obviously, if you were trading Friday, you could see, I'm looking at the hourly chart here. You could see the big move down. I'm looking at NQ. We had the big downtrending day on Friday. And then so far, the overnight action has seen a little bit of a bounce. I have the levels I'm kind of watching below. We have 21,664 and 21,551 as lower targets. This 22,4275 technically got invalidated on Friday. But if the market wants to rally, I'm going to keep it on my chart as a potential target. I'm open to either way, either direction today. I'm kind of smack dab in between some levels again. We have things going on. Not a whole lot of news this week, but we have some bigger names for earnings. We have NVIDIA reporting earnings on Wednesday. So should be interesting to see how things shake out this week. If the index pullback continues and the gold strength continues, or we start to see a little bit of a rally. Personally, after that big daily bar on Friday, I would like to see us at least stab below Friday's low. I think the chart looks a lot better with a test underneath Friday's low that fails to then get long. So I'm not super excited about longs today. Unless we kind of get a spike underneath Friday's low that starts to see some buying. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be another day where I try to stay patient, not in love with anything right out of the gate on a Monday. How about you, Brian? I'll put
Yeah.
your screen up here. I don't know if have you taken any trades today?
I've taken some on the. I took one trade. Why do I start by saying some trades? I almost took several trades, but gold did a nice run up, but my alarm clock was not set for that early on a Monday. I'm still trying to remold my sleep pattern so I can start trading London again. And but yeah, gold is seeing gains tick up today, trading near 29.56 in forex and about 29.74.40 in futures. But that's fueled by a weaker US dollar. I think I caught some of the news yesterday and a little bit this morning. I think it's a reaction to the US yields which is in reaction to the recent German election outcome. So the far right party.
I saw a headline about that.
Yeah. So in Germany, I think their far right party gained like nearly 20% of votes. I'm not familiar too well with all the German
the German politics
words, and I don't want to insult anyone that's from there, just because I'm uneducated on a lot of that. But in the gist of it, they call it the CDU, Christian Democratic Union of Germany.
Okay.
It's leading with a bunch of seats. But anyway, the U.S. yields dropped off, and the Federal Reserve futures they were talking about are now favoring a certain basis point rate cut for later this year. I mean, it gets technical, right? But
sure.
In short, the expectations were to see gold pump, and that's what it did. I mean, you got my screen up right now. Right here is where the session began earlier during Asia. We had a significant drop right there. I was up and monitoring this big jump up right here, this spike in gold, but I was not a player. On that, and consolidated throughout our nighttime here in the U.S. Took some more jumps. I didn't trade it, man. I was late on gold, but however, switch over here to US 30. I was up early enough to catch this move that began a couple hours ago. Classic, So I said I was studying the YM, the US 30, the Dow lately. Hit a consolidation area. I took it at a break nicely right after that red candle. And buddy, I was able to catch that whole move.
Nice. That's had to be a nice move.
It was, and check it out. I exited right here.
Oh, nice. That's a nice sniper exit.
It was. I mean, it might go further, but
I was gonna say, if I were you, I would have been tempted to hold a runner in open and see if we get a little bloody out of the gate. But
you know what? Exactly the reason why I didn't do it was because I'm new to trading it, and I just wanted to take my win to get off the table. So I did not trade it, however, on the 200K account that I've been slowly demonstrating how to draw down on FunderPro. It was a futures trade I did, so this was on the YM, but the chart was identical. That's all I have to say today.
I don't know which way I want to trade today. There's like mixed signals on individual names. I don't have a real good I don't have a strong bias one way or the other. Let's put it that way. So I will see how we open. Use maybe the opening print as an area of interest for me, since we're in between levels.
And
I was mad I missed the short yesterday or on Friday, just because I felt it was gonna go lower and just didn't pull the trigger. We got 4 minutes till market open here.
I think Thursday, when the U.S. GDP comes out, the gross domestic product, that's gonna create some volatility in the market.
That's Thursday.
Yeah. So if there's another drop in U.S. yields, then you know, the whole in the end, we could just basically see the Federal Reserve lowering its policy rate. So, you know, I think it's a good week for trading gold. I think it'll give off regular signals. Wow, look at the gold drop. I'm not showing it on my screen, but
Oh wow, yeah, that's a harsh failure.
Hey man, it'd be pretty cool if it went all the way back to my little green trend line there.
Karen, Karen, I don't know, Karen or Karen, I'm not sure how you say that. I trade on the 1 minute chart. Can I trade gold? Asking because of spread. So if you trade on the 1 minute chart, I would imagine that means you don't hold your trades very long. You're trading more of a scalping style. And yeah, obviously having the spread, makes that more difficult. Because you're going to enter, you're already going to be a little bit in the red, and the trade's got to work in your favor even more. So I think that could be tricky. That definitely adds an element of difficulty, having the spread on gold. One thing you could try is trying out the FunderPro futures product and trading gold futures. I think you'd have to get the market data bundle that you need, which is I think you can get for a few dollars a month to trade gold. But you may, if you're trading, 1 minute chart, more of a scalping style, you may want to try gold futures, just where there's you don't have the spread to worry about. Might be a little bit easier to be profitable that way. So some selling. I'm seeing some selling across the board with the indexes right before market open here, but NQ already starting to see a little rally to that selling. All right, we got 15 seconds to open here.
Trying to catch a little bounce on gold right now.
Okay.
Well, I hope that works out for me, because that'd be a kick-ass little start point on my candlestick there. I'm at the bottom of the green wick. That's arbitrary, man, because I was just trying to grab it in that zone and ended up being at the bottom of the nice wick. If that stays green, I would love it. It would make good for a YouTube short later, or an Instagram clip.
There you go.
We could be making history right now. Oh, I never take these bounces hardly. It's just that gold is very overextended right now on the short-term time frame. It needs a little bounce, and then probably keep going down for all I know. Here's a man's move right here. I'm gonna clip out of that completely. few $100. Who cares? A micro gain. I don't like it. I jumped into a trade that I don't really normally do.
You got out of that trade already?
I got out of the trade. It might go in what would have been my favor, but it might try to go down a little lower. I'm no expert at that stuff. Who is? It's an arbitrary entry point. It's
strong buying on this first 5-minute candle so far on the NASDAQ and ES.
But it was a good little scalp I did. Not much going on this weekend. I think there was the NASCAR Truck Series. There wasn't really much of anything going on. Maybe a little basketball, not much in the sports world.
Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of NBA.
Me neither. I'll watch the playoffs maybe.
Yeah. All right, so we're the index is starting to fail that pop higher. Let's see how she plays out.
Wow. If I go into gold, I am trying to see my entry point for a long is definitely in its current consolidation and uptrend location, but godly. No news today. No U.S. news, at least.
Yeah, I don't think there's any restricted news until Wednesday, maybe.
Oil might be tomorrow. I can't. I'm not looking at it. For those that trade oil, crude oil, unless that's Wednesday. Oh yeah. Crude oil is Wednesday. So yeah, you're right about that. We one of the consumer confidences comes out tomorrow morning, but I wouldn't really run from that one. Not restricted. GDP's Thursday. Friday is PMI. Well, that's just Chicago PMI, but I think we have PCE. What is restricted by? I'm not looking at the FunderPro Discord. I usually will go double check.
Yeah, I think it's always a good thing to do.
Yeah. That's how I originally found out FunderPro discontinued the University of Michigan consumer confidence thing, because one day I cross-referenced it and it wasn't there. I went to Alex and said, I think you messed up. And he said, no, I didn't, buddy. You messed up. I think I told that story once before. So gold is continuing down. I mean,
indexes also weak out of the gate. RTY really ugly.
I should have jumped on gold 20 minutes ago. What we still on my screen? What disappoints me is that if I follow some of these trends and consolidation levels, I think that would have been my entry point on gold to short it. I didn't take it.
Microsoft Super League. Yeah.
That's right when we started the stream too. Well, that was a distraction. We started the stream and said good morning, and I didn't notice gold was breaking through a trend. Oh well.
Yeah, that's the downside. These you got to deal with in the streaming process.
Yeah. I think we have a viewer question.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we do take live trades here. Well, live trades, but demo or funded, but live on the stream.
Philbus, what up? What up?
You know, I have a question there. You think gold would go down to its PDL? I think that's previous day low. Previous day low. I had to actually think about that. It's Monday morning. I don't know my acronyms. I don't know. Previous day low. Yeah. Well, it's got a journey just to get down to today's low. I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would do that. Gold's wicked lately. You got to really watch yourself on it.
Yeah, volatile.
God, I couldn't be swing trading it right now. I used to talk about my swing account, but I have some accounts that I have to put in little trades every once in a while because they're gonna go.
You got too many going right now.
Yeah, they'll go inactive. You know, a lot of these rules are 30 days or so, and
Yeah.
And then the truth is, I don't like to keep up with those kind of rules, so I just go ahead and do like a tiny micro trade and make or break like 3 cents and just be done. You know, like I'm not trying. 0.01 on a lot size. That's what I'm glad I don't trade any of the major. I only trade the micros on futures. One contract could kind of get you a bruise. How are y'all doing over there in your northern area of the country? There's so many flus breaking out, new COVID strain out of China.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I mean everything seems pretty chill here.
That's
Nothing
good.
too crazy. Nothing too crazy. The weather starts to warm up a little bit this week, so I'm not mad about that. It looks like So looking at individual names, NVIDIA has a little bit of relative strength compared to the market. See if that kind of pulls us up. It looks like NQ is going to head and potentially fill its gap here. We shall see.
So what are you looking at, Tyler? You gonna go?
I'm torn, man. I don't. If I'm gonna long NQ, I'd like it to come a little lower first, and if I'm gonna short it, I'd probably prefer it rallies into the opening print, where I could look for a rejection. But as we sit right now, I don't see a whole lot for me to do on the future side of things.
It's Monday. Maybe, sometimes the market has to shake out its weekend news, fears, and all those things.
Yeah.
Scrooge is saying he believes Trump speaks at 2 o'clock. I don't know what time zone that would be, but I don't see it on my list, but I don't deny it will happen. Lately, my
I'm
list
watching if NQ can trade down in the 21,664, I'll watch for some reactions around there. Got some Palantir shorts on my options account just because it is a name that has gone just hyperbolic to the upside. And actually watching, we've talked about Lance on this stream before, just watching some of Lance's stuff, and he was talking about how some of the best shorts are when charts have kind of gone parabolic for a while, and then as soon as they start to see a pullback, it can start to get ugly pretty fast. And I feel like Palantir was one of those names. So I tried some Palantir shorts today, which are working out pretty solid so far. I'd like to hold those into later this week if I can. We'll see how it goes.
That's a good quote from him.
Yeah. I think
I can hear his voice right now say parabolic.
Yeah.
When you said
his
it,
most recent podcast he did, it was with like one of the traders that he trained at Trillium. It's really good conversation. I think it's over like 3 hours long or something like that. But
I want to go be that guy's roommate
so
for like a
good.
day. Yeah, guys like that stick to some of the same adjectives and
yeah
ways of describing things.
Yeah.
After a parabolic move, he uses that a lot. See the gold pump on my chart there? This is why I didn't pick a direction, because that snapback was predictable to happen at some point.
That's a strong snapback.
Yeah.
Why Libya not opening?
10, 20, 40.
You're saying you're trying to buy an account and Libya is not working?
I think it's restricted.
Hey, it's Kiki said top today's low. It seemed going for higher highs. Are you talking about gold, Kiki?
Gold's are the low of gold's way down there.
Nvidia is still showing some strength as the indexes are starting to see a little bit of buying. Nvidia is weighted pretty heavy in both or in the indexes, so whatever its price action does definitely plays an effect on the indexes.
So Kiki, low for gold. Low for gold is way down here, by the way. That's the low for gold. It tapped into its low consolidated zone, but it didn't yet tap into its low of the day. And it just depends, I guess, on what you consider the day. But now I look at the session as starting in Asia, so. Regardless. All right.
Still trying to stay patient in the futures. Nothing is triggered for me that's that I'm excited about within my trading system.
Now I wish I would have hung on to my YM.
So that's what I said. I would have been tempted to hold a runner for sure into in the market open.
I don't know about you, but my hindsight is very 2020.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I think we talked about that, but that's one of those things that's like always high risk holding anything in the New York Open.
Yeah. True.
And when it pays, it can be wonderful. But to me, it looks like the indexes want to close, like fill this gap. The gap fill is something we've talked about Edgeful on this stream before. And Edgeful, we might even have a FunderPro link for you guys, but there's a gap fill report, and I think typically speaking on the indexes, the gaps get filled about 60% of the time. And at this point, we have the move down, we've almost sold into yesterday's close. I think that feels like the more likely move, but I'm not gonna dive into that trade yet, especially with something like Nvidia starting to look really strong. I don't want to force anything. If we do fill the gap, I'll let us fill the gap and then see how we react from there. Okay, there we go. There's a new low intraday on ES and NQ.
Just jump out of that. Goodness, I have some delays going on.
Your stuff's lagging.
Yeah.
All right, ES or NQ is about to trade into level. Didn't yet though. All right, there's the level for NQ. Let's see how we react from here. NVIDIA just starting to sell all the way, just now getting back under its opening print. Ooh, selling getting pretty harsh here.
You got anything going on in one of your charts right now?
Nah, so here I
Kinda
can show you. I'll show you NQ here, just based off my wall. So you can see we sold into this this level we have here. Right now, the selling's starting to pick up. It's looking pretty ugly. So if that continues, I have room down to 21,551. About another 80 points. ES has a low at 60.29, which it hasn't sold into, but it's about to. So there's a level there. Selling is definitely picking up though. It's getting pretty bloody out there.
Darn, I wish I was in that short.
The Palantir short is working out gorgeously. Just hit like 100%. I'm gonna try to hold. It's already down a lot on the day.
NQ looks a bit like gold did, like a possible snapback in a moment.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It's
If I'm going
exhausted.
to trade it, I'll probably let it. I probably will let it get back over 21,664. And if we do that, if we can give a potential higher low over 21,664, I'd consider longs. But I'd like to see a couple other things play out for that as well.
Yeah.
Because right now, fighting the downside move is definitely anti the trend.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. On the RSI, NQ is very, very oversold right now.
Yeah, and so we got that. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, for me to want longs, I think the daily chart would look a lot better with a test underneath Friday's low. Which we've now gotten underneath Friday's low. So we can rally back up above Friday's low, back above 21,664. I think longs look a little bit better into the week. Now that we've gotten this test lower.
Which gap were you describing a little while ago?
So if you look at the gap, which would be I don't know if I can do it on Volumetrica. But if you look at basically I'm looking at just the New York session. If you look at Friday's close and then today's open. So for NQ, for example, so the gap now has been filled. Yeah. So like we closed NQ on Friday at 21,684.
Yes.
And then we opened today at 21,752. So we gapped up about 70 points from Friday's close. So when we sold off into Friday's close, we filled the gap per se.
Yeah. Okay. On the previous, on that big candlestick you got there going down that.
Yeah. Once we spiked through on that big 5-minute sell off. Yeah.
Okay. I heard you say it, but I wasn't looking at a chart at the time. Honestly, I was actually wondering which one you meant. I didn't catch it because I was looking at my chart. I listened to you, but I can't. I don't have the ability to listen to you and comprehend me at the same time.
No, it's a lot, especially when you're hearing like when you just like hear the prices and stuff like that. It's like when you're not actually like actively looking at it, it can be tough.
I will hear enough to, if I'm listening to multiple sources simultaneously, I'll be able to note in my mind, okay, this person or this outlet just said this thing. Let's go back and look at that in a second. Once it gets to like 3 things, I'm like, oh, wait.
Man, NVIDIA contract's holding up really well.
But that's because Tyler and I trade so many things at the same time.
Yeah.
We're just so good, especially our hindsight. Our hindsight is so badass.
My hindsight is, whew.
Yeah, our hindsight's right on, man. Dead accurate. I mean, like, it's like what, Captain Obvious? That's that was a trade you should have taken.
So yes, pretty close to this lower level at 21,551. Individual names I'm watching are still looking pretty ugly. Oh, Apple with some relative strength. That's interesting. This is an interesting thing of note too, and this is sometimes can be I'm sure there's like more technical ways to do this, and people know more about this than I do. But the NVIDIA options contracts, even though NVIDIA is seeing some harsh selling right now, their pricing is holding up pretty strong. Which just sometimes that can indicate different things. I mean, it has to do with IV and certain things like that, but definitely an interesting thing to note. Apple's relative strength is very obvious. Oh, if NQ gives me a spike into 21,551, I'm probably gonna try a long, factoring in the Apple relative strength. Makes me a little bit more open to taking a trade against the trend here. I would go very small size.
What does your hindsight say?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a few minutes. I don't know though.
Tell me in a little while.
This selling has no chill right now, to be honest with you. Glad to avoid so far. It's an ugly 2-minute close.
What time frame are you on there?
So what you're looking at here is the 5-minute.
Okay. Pardon me. It's just I have your screen
No, you're
very
good.
minimized right now.
Yeah. So so you can see the 2-minute closed ugly. Closed a big a bear trend bar. Like to see more of a 21,664 didn't give us much of a reaction at all. I'd like to see a better reaction from 21,551 if I'm gonna try along, but at this point I might avoid it. Apple relative strength be damned. Nvidia is still pretty weak. It's all the way down at yesterday's low. Once again, happy to avoid forcing the long.
Oh. Okay, I took a huge gold short a little bit ago. This will be the day I get out of drawdown on that darn account. It's going pretty well on gold. The short's on gold. What it did a breakout on the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5. So we are at a 2%. I'm sorry, a solid 1% gain right now.
Nice.
Remember, on Friday, I did not remove all of my take profit. I removed half of it, and then it turned against me. I kind of broke even on Friday because I'm looking to escape this drawdown on this account so I can show people FunderPro is for real. You can make millions of dollars with FunderPro. They're glad to see it happen. There's been some huge payouts too. You know, they record some of those things on YouTube videos, the interviews, and it's been a couple gentlemen have really killed it on FunderPro Forex, man.
Oh, for sure.
They make me jealous. These guys that can swing trade tons of money overnight. Okay, gold is really helping me out, dude. Man, come on. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. My 5-minute chart might really be cool. I'm going to flip over to it. Let's see what it shows. I've been watching the 1 hour and the 15. Son of a gun. Tyler, I hate this delay I'm on. I think it's my system. Oh, Lord, please come. I can't. Okay. Do not. There we go.
Ooh, we are just melting.
NAS?
No, yeah, yes, NAS.
Yeah.
Working out well for the Palantir puts I have.
I'm going to seriously try to ride out my short on gold right now. I do not want to be intimidated to exit. Hey, check this out. On the 5-minute, gold might pop a beautiful 5-minute candle down. You see this? This is.
Sorry, I just saw Nikhil's question. And Nikhil, I would say it depends. I try not to take more than like 2 or 3 on each like individual account that I'm trading. But between different firms, futures accounts, my options account, like I still may end up taking a lot of trades per day. As of right now, I took one futures trade last night, but I haven't taken anything futures wise during New York.
And that's a good point. Like, for example, last week I took very few trades considering how much I normally take on average per week. I trade my setup. If my setup happens over and over again, then I guess I'm taking trades a lot.
Yeah.
And last week was depressing to me. But I didn't have as many setups, and it just wasn't as fun. It wasn't as entertaining, but that happens all the time. All right, I'll be a little conservative here. Take something out.
Finally, a tiny bounce on the indexes.
Let's see, NAS is, yeah, will bounce. Maybe that's going to be its choke point. NQ's up chucking. Oh, I hate those candlesticks. I'm looking at NQ on the 5.
Yeah, I don't like. Does it really give us a strong V?
Nothing but wick.
No, I don't know.
Turn over to my trusty poster over here. All signs point to yes. We need an 8-ball, trade on the 8-ball.
Yeah. Yeah, when the magic 8-ball.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
I think Discord has like some feature where you can ask it questions like that.
Should I go long or short? Sounds good. It's like asking Alexa something.
Jason, good stuff on the NAS sell.
Yeah. Yeah, gold is taking a nosedive, isn't it? Now here comes its bounce. Took away all my profit. Say, look at gold. The piece of crap. It does this, and I'm not gonna. I profited out 25% of my trades so far. I'm not gonna be intimidated by its jumps. It's like a bully. It's like a big bully.
Morning, Ashton. I think Brian's caught some winners. It's been a slow morning for me so far on the future side.
Yeah, I caught that early morning pre-New York US 30 drop. Gold, I'm hoping, can at least make it down to, where's it at? Oh, okay, no, wait. Okay, it has ways to go to make it down to the Asia low. So we're maybe halfway there, a little more than halfway there. I think it could do it. I think. Who am I to say that? What do I always preach? I just trade in the direction of gold. So what I'm monitoring on another screen is an RSI average. I talked about this on Friday. I have an RSI set for gold right now, and I'm watching it move against its average RSI. So I'm basically waiting for 2 lines to cross, and then I'm going to exit my trade. I can't show that on Trade Locker. I don't believe didn't exist as an indicator, but it's my favorite indicator for helping me when to exit. It doesn't mean a trade won't go further in your direction, but I usually think it's a good conservative approach. When a strength index says by theory, I'm exhausted, I'm oversold, I'm overbought, I usually listen to that. Lately, gold hasn't been working for me as well on my exits. I usually enjoy exiting based on my trend lines. So my entries will be breakouts of my zones and trends, but then my exits will usually be my trend line when it passes it back through. But gold's been taking such sharp moves lately. Candlesticks that are in the range of 40 to 50 pips, and it just can't. So I switched back to my old RSI friend to help me out.
Pretty strong bounce after that move down so far. I'm waiting for a 2 or 5 minute potential higher low, and I may try a long attempt.
Come on, gold. How are you on the coffee this morning, man? I'm over caffeinated.
I'm still on cup 1.
Oh no. Well, I'm only a cup ahead of you. But I brought my pitcher of coffee in here, so when we hear
yeah, refilling up. I know I have a little extra backup here with me too.
That's not me releasing my coffee, that's me pouring coffee. Yeah, Ashton's mentioning the futures there.
What's that?
Everything's in motion right now. It's hard to find a jump in.
How do you have no spreads? Trading futures. Are you referring to Brian's chart right now?
If it's
Yeah, I haven't found a good entry on anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So futures, no spreads. Forex, gold, tiny spread. Irrelevant spread on gold, and that's a big reason why I traded on Forex. Guess it can really only get you in the 1 minute chart. Gold, you gosh darn.
We are about 45 minutes into the trading day, New York session so far.
Okay. So gold is, this is ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. This 2 steps down, 1 step back, 2 steps down, 1 step back. I got NQ over here I'm monitoring, but resembling gold quite a bit at the moment. I'm going to go back to my YM. I don't know what it wants to do. So if gold, maybe it'll return down, but if it had kept going down when it was, I would have just kept partialing out 25%, 25% till it was gone. And I would have done that probably at that point. I was going to do it about every 5 to 10 pips. And I'm glad I took 25% off the table at least.
I'm going to try a small size counter trend NQ long here.
Dude, really? Let's watch that. Are you doing it on your shared screen?
Yeah, I will. Sorry. Although it's
You don't have to show
the reaction immediately after the entry was not what I wanted to see.
Then don't show it. Maybe it's bad luck.
No, it's all right. I'll show it here. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my. Well, I'm gonna get stopped before I even show it, I think. Took definitely a bit of an aggressive entry. I was hoping the 2-minute was gonna hold 21,551, but nope, that's just a quick stop. I kept size small on that one, so no real harm. I'm down about $100 and some on the day. Honestly, for the sake of my Palantir short, I wouldn't hate it if we go lower. There it is. All right. I'm going to try this one more time. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Once again, we're rejecting. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight it. Not yet.
Yeah. What size account is that you're working
It's
on?
a 50K.
And that's, maybe I should, if I wouldn't have to ask you so many questions if I would just enlarge your screen here. Okay, so you're doing micros. So what?
Yeah, just a couple of micros. Yeah, I
What
traded
size?
3 micros, and the stop that I just ate, like a $200 loss.
Tyler, I don't think yet, like with FunderPro, there's no way to trade directly off of TradingView, correct?
I don't think so as of right now.
Oh. going on in the news?
All right, took a couple trims on my Palantir position. All right, I'm trying this NQ long one more time. Stop under this swing low. We'll see if it's another quick stop eat.
Go, Tyler.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, you got 3 contracts?
Yeah, 3 micros, yeah.
Okay. I'm pulling for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have no arrows. Oh, your trade is scaring me.
Why is that?
Because I don't want it to do that thing where it goes profitable for like 5 seconds and then goes south.
Yeah. No, I think it's possible. That's all right though. Definitely fighting the trend a bit here, but seeing if I can be early into a bit of the trend flip. I don't know if I will be, but we're gonna give it a stab.
Yeah, Ashton, I'm watching the same thing. Gold move down is in an RSI divergence on the 5-minute. I noticed that too. I dropped my stress ball.
Uh-oh.
Luckily,
That's stressful.
Ah! I have another one right here. I have 2 more. Did you set your stop 266? Andrew?
Well, looking like a 21,551 rejection. Yep, there's another stop. Lovely.
There was an Andrew that reached out to me on Discord over the weekend. I don't know if that was this Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Well, not what I wanted to see, but they were counter trend trades. So I can't be real surprised.
But Ashton, you also have to be concerned with the hidden divergence, which to me always contradicts the divergence, I think. That's why I don't use those. Have you ever studied that, Tyler? The especially with the MACD in theory, you have the divergence and divergence, convergence, but then you have the hidden divergence, which is
No, I've
basically the
never
convergence.
studied that.
It has a lot of contradicting theories inside of it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of those things, I don't know. If you study some of the indicators enough, you kind of go in a full circle sometimes. Like
Yeah.
like you should do what this says, but don't overdo it. Well, how do I know? Or this happens sometimes unless it does this. That's like anything. I jump out in the middle of the street, get hit by a car, or not.
Man, interesting. Oh, just some mixed.
Yeah, Ashton agrees with me. Yeah, exactly. LOL, the hidden ones can mess that all up. It's like the hidden divergences is the way that the MACD theory says, or not. But I really do like the MACD for showing me strength of momentum. So I like it for that. Similarly, the RSI. What do I have here on my... Oh, I don't care. I'm still in 75% of my short on gold. I wonder if gold's getting ready for another dump. It's doing its little consolidation dance that it does each day, and it's going to go up or down. It's you just have to react to it. So the other day, one of our television sets here, one in our main den or living room, it's where we keep really the a YouTube channel on it.
Yeah.
Easily accessible. Half the time we're watching that television, it's usually going to be on a YouTube channel. And it was funny. I turn it on, right? And there you and I were.
Oh, yeah. I know that's happened to me too, where the Funder Pro like ad comes up or whatever when I'm on YouTube, and
yeah,
it's funny.
And it's the first time because I really don't sit back and just like, hey, I think I'll go rewatch Me and Tyler. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I know I lived the dream. I don't have to go back in. But so it wasn't like it was built into one of my algorithms of how it watches me watch stuff.
Yeah.
But there it was. You want to watch this or this or this or Brian and Tyler. I thought, well, that was a first. And I say it because it was on, a larger, much larger screen, not a computer monitor.
Yeah, it takes you by surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling that the indexes see a bit of a rally, but I don't know. I took my 2 stabs. I'm gonna let it prove itself. If it's gonna, because right now it's looking like that gut feeling is probably wrong.
Gold building up a little bit of strength more now to the downside. I'm getting an alert on my YM. What's it doing? Oh. Sort of shaking out the similar thing, trying to figure out if it wants to continue down or be done with it. It is a volatile Monday, but a quiet one.
Yeah. I mean, just, I don't know. There's some individual names that are showing some strength. Let's see. I haven't looked at YM and RTY in a minute.
Okay, so gold.
Yeah, kind of a mixed board in the market watch. NVIDIA looks like it's about to make new lows on the day. So it's down almost 2% ahead of its earnings this week.
Quick analysis on gold is, and I would have, since I tried on the 5-minute, I would normally speak fundamentally off the 1-hour chart, which in the last 3 trading days, so since Thursday, it's right in the middle. It's below its current day volume profile. It's currently in an intraday downtrend. And about 2/3 of the way to its daily low. But did you know, Tyler, as much as I'm shorting gold, it was in an uptrend all night.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it could very easily be right now at a intraday bounce. It could be, there's a 1 hour uptrend line that it's currently resting at. So that's the 1 hour, which means on the 5 minute, it might be time for me to get the hell out. But the good news on the 1 hour chart is it is only inside of its second candlestick bearish. So might have some more fuel.
Ashton, taking care of the sick wifey. Good luck to you, sir. Joey said the Securities and Exchange Board of India has taken a significant step to regulate financial influencers by banning real-time streaming, live trading advice disguised as education. Anyone else see this? No, Joe, I didn't see that. That's I mean, like I understand trying to take a significant step to regulate financial influencers because I think a lot of what people peddle on social media is bullcrap. But I think banning all live streaming, when it could just be educational and not like signal based, is an interesting way to do it. I don't know if I think that's the best way to go about it personally, but
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I wish there were laws against like false profit claims on, which I mean there are to an extent, but it's hard I think to tell for sure against people claiming false profits on social media.
Yeah. Like I would never do that. I have nothing to gain from doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not. I mean, obviously we're representing FunderPro here, and so we want you guys to trade with FunderPro, but that's just because they're a reputable firm who pays out and A-books its traders, and for a lot of good reasons is why we want you to trade with FunderPro. Brian and I personally aren't selling anything to you, so
yeah. I think
and any trade signals we give, I don't think we're necessarily telling you to take these trades. We're just kind of showing you what we're doing and giving you our reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Joey. Appreciate you. Aslam, you said, what's going on here? What do you mean? What do you mean? I still think we see a bounce on the indexes here. I'm not saying we erase this entire move down, but I think we see a little bit more of a bounce here.
Yeah.
And I do think going into the rest of this week, I mean, like my preference is we see a strong bounce and we put in a bit of a hammer candle on the daily chart is what I would love to see for longs later in the week. But we'll see. We got a lot more time in today's trading day. See how things pan out.
Thank you, Joey. On the 5-minute chart, gold just bounced perfectly off of its volume profile for the day, right around the 4x 2940 mark. Beautiful light.
Here,
2.5 minutes remaining on that candle. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit there. I don't know if that wick is visible to viewers. I guess it is. I don't like how that just moved on me. That's a joke. I hate that. You shouldn't do that to me. Let's get it back. Volume profile just shifted. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it shifted. So yeah, I jumped out of that short before it went to a break even, so I would profit out a tad bit more. There's no read on gold right now for the intraday. If it breaks back through that green candle, I'll probably re-enter a short. I think that's what it's going to take to try to drive down to the earlier day's low. You know what Joey was asking? Was it Joey? The Securities and Exchange of India. They call that finfluencers, financial influencers, finfluencers.
Oh yeah, I call them tradefluencers.
Tradefluencers. They blur the line between education and financial advice.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think like he specified it's through live stream trading. So
yeah, that's interesting.
The reason I don't think that'll get not even dented slightly in the U.S. is because, first off, in the U.S., if you look at the law closely, YouTube influencers do not have to legally say this is not financial advice. That is a pure fashion trend right now to say that. There's no law out there that says you have to say that.
Really, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, caveat emptor. It's like, beware.
Joe, I'm curious how that would work. Like, if they make that illegal in India, like, does that mean you as the viewer can no longer watch us if you're in India, or will they not play our broadcast in India? It would be interesting to see how that all pans out.
Yeah, it would. It would. You remember when Bitcoin, we go back like 10 years ago, maybe, I don't know when you started like really looking at Bitcoin. I started probably in 2017. Yeah, late 2017. And golly, man, everybody was just crypto, a bunch of crooks and this and that. And it's funny when you're at the beginning of something that you think won't change anything or will change things.
And yeah, to see where Bitcoin is now.
Yeah, and I just use that as an example, sort of correlating to the SEC in India, comment.
Yeah. Well, I do think I've seen other stuff about this even in the US where they want to crack down on financial influencers and like these, all these fake crazy profit claims and stuff like that. So even in the prop firm space too, I think there's like more regulation coming where prop firms are going to have to make a stronger push to get you funded on a book or live account. Which I think you can see that with a lot of the prop firms in the industry kind of making rules to get people on live accounts quicker.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're continuing to melt in the indexes here. NVIDIA new lows on the day. All right, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be a millionaire when you come back.
Oh, I hope so.
Send
me a few bucks if you are.
Oh. So let's see. We are nowhere on gold at the moment, bouncing out of a previous key zone. And I don't even really believe in that. I think that zone is going to be raised up a little. And gold still has to figure itself out. But we still have a little bit of time left before London closes, so gold might push back down. Let's see, caution over here to the US 30. And I have a screen that is sort of locked up right now. I'll go back to gold. Let's see. So since gold is consolidating on the 5, this is when I would jump back up to the 1 hour. Tyler, I'm just looking at gold, trying to figure out if there's any more space in the day for it to do something. See, look at gold here on the 1 hour. And you have this current candlestick. So I was trading on this 1 hour candle in the intraday 5-minute. And but that's the 1 hour candle. It has 10 minutes remaining on it. I don't like that candle there on the 1 hour chart is forming out in that pattern.
What would you prefer it to?
Have more body, bearish body to it, so I could get back in the short.
Yeah.
If it's gonna go bullish,
Yeah, if it closes a hammer.
I would like it to close above its open. So yeah, so it would go green.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I believe in people who also take the colors out of their candlesticks and just trade purely on price action. I do that a lot of times.
Well. Let's see.
Joey's saying US 30 is rejecting off the 20 SMA. Yeah, it's definitely taking a rest as well.
Yeah, putting in, looks like it's starting to put in a potential lower high.
So Tyler, you know how I love these trend lines?
Yeah.
This is when I take it away, because once this starts to happen.
Yeah. There is no trend. You're just consolidating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's utterly useless to me at that point.
Yeah. Reminder for anybody watching, you can use code RISKLIFE. I'll put it in the chat for discount off of futures or Forex. Yeah, index is looking like lower.
Back on that topic of live streaming trading, I
Yeah.
hope they never remove it, because even I sometimes like to go out and look at someone just to
Yeah, I
get a
mean, it's a great
refresher.
way to learn. You would like seeing someone do it in the live markets with, not just
Yeah.
talking about it after the fact, but um, navigating price action intraday in the
Uh-huh.
heat of the moment.
Uh-huh. I learn more from that method nowadays. I don't spend a lot of time watching live streamers, but I have a couple that I trust a lot, and I just sometimes when I just want to listen to the trading, and maybe I might learn something.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know what kind of
Yeah,
nugget you may pick up here or there.
and the lesson is usually very unpredictable. It's something random that I wouldn't have thought would be talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe one of their viewers makes a question or a comment, and then they might say an acronym and then define it, and I go, I never heard of that before. And
And it sticks with you.
yeah, there's always something to learn when you just submerge yourself, immerse yourself into everything, and
Agreed.
some extra tidbits. Oh, I was watching a fellow last night during the Asian market for about 20-30 minutes, um, trading NQ on futures, and just learning the how he was watching the contracts come up on
Oh, like the order flow?
on the order flow, marking the heavy sides,
Yeah.
putting them.
That's something
Putting,
I would like to potentially add into my trading a little bit more.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It caught me at a good moment. I was just sitting there in the kitchen making some street tacos.
Street tacos. Ooh, baby.
I was alone in the house for a half hour, so I flipped on the big screen and put it over there on a
Yeah.
live stream, and sitting there eating tacos while I I'll turn it up, and then when I see a car pull up in the driveway, turn it off like a little kid with the parent coming home. Because I know anybody walks in that door, they're going to be so bored out of their skull
Yeah,
hearing,
I know.
and the NQ now, I have 4 contracts going for.
We go on road trips sometimes, and I like want to listen to like a trading podcast or something, but I gotta like wait for my wife, to fall asleep or
Yeah,
something. You know what I mean? I don't,
yeah,
or just put it on so she does fall asleep. One of the two.
yeah, yeah. If my wife catches me watching something like that, I usually get, so how long are you going to watch that? And the answer is going to determine if she's going to go off and do something
Yeah, do her
entertaining
own
to
thing or
her.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm usually honest. I'll say, oh, 10 more minutes, or I'm done. If the alternative is doing something else more fun, I'm with you.
for sure. Oh, well, so NQ down another percent today after a pretty ugly day on Friday. So we'll see. Is this the start of a bigger market correction? Or do we rally back again this week? Mm. If you look at the grand scheme of things overall on the larger time frame charts, I mean, we haven't I wouldn't say that we've uh we're still pretty near the all-time highs. If you look at a weekly chart here on NQ, obviously we you know had the ugly day, but if you're looking at this overall chart, we are still in an overall uptrend until we kind of start to make some weekly lower highs and more of a pullback correction. So Sure, this could continue to stay ugly, but I don't think any bounces are too out of the question either. Even in this weekly range, I mean, we have some room this week to sell off down to this weekly range where we could continue to bounce. The daily chart was stuck in a bit of a consolidation, kind of in this area right here for a while, where we were getting a lot of sell-offs, strong bounces, sell-offs, strong bounces. So we'll see. We'll see if we sell back in, if we see another strong bounce or not. I know a lot of people have been calling for the market top for a while now, but that has shown to be something that can be tough to predict.
I read a bad day trader joke the other day.
Yeah.
They're so stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
It was futures. I think it was futures. Why did the futures trader break up with his girlfriend?
I don't know why.
Because she kept moving the stop loss on their relationship. So stupid.
It is stupid.
I didn't even laugh. I laughed because it was so stupid. I was like digging deep, man.
That's funny. Well, chat. Anybody take any banger trades today? If you caught the move down this morning, nice stuff. I was short biased today, but we made the move down quicker than I would have liked, and we never got like a retest of the opening print, which is what I wanted to see for a short. Strong 2-minute bar there on ES and NQ.
Look, this is how much look, see?
What's that? What is that?
Well, I don't know if it's backwards on the camera or not.
No, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good.
FunderPro logo.
Yeah, I like it. You know what, Brian? I think you should tape that to your forehead. Cut two holes out for your eyes. And maybe FunderPro will start paying you a salary for this stream. If you just wear the FunderPro mask every day.
This could be the censor bubble. So if I went, mother.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. I like it.
I printed this last year when I was bored one day trading. I used to do the stupidest things because I would run out of things to do or things to study.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to evacuate the office just out of boredom. So.
I love it. I think we got to do, Brian, we might have to do more of that. Like we might have to be, start wearing some wild outfits or something. I don't know. We got to start shopping for Halloween costumes early this year, maybe. Bring the vibes a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Noob Trader said he booked 1,300 on a 100K challenge. Good stuff, Noob. Good stuff.
That's good.
Gonna have to change that name to Vet Trader here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's a good, nice move. Anytime you're up over 1%, that's solid. At the fast track, or is that the swing account or the regular account? I ask because I'm trying to determine the percent gain that you just made towards your profit target. Which I think the 100K, it's basically you have to make 18,000, I believe, 10,000 and then 8,000 if it's a two-phase.
Yeah, two-phase.
Yeah, fast track. Okay, then you have wait. Well, shoot, I don't know.
I think fast track is 14%.
14? Really? Oh, you're right. Because the 200K fast track is 28K. So yeah.
Does percentage matter or risk to reward ratio better than profit from trading? So I am someone who believes in risk to reward ratio trading. That being said, I do think sometimes prop firms, the better way to go about it is to kind of lock profits a little earlier. I think it all kind of just depends. I mean, if you look at it in the challenge phase portion, right, there's a consistency rule. So I don't know if you necessarily need to catch like these crazy R multiple trades where if you're just kind of locking consistent winners and staying within your consistency rule percentage and that kind of thing, sometimes can be the better formula to go about it. To where you're just kind of trying to lock in base hit after base hit, maybe 1-to-1 R type of trades. I do think a lot of people that have success with prop firm trading are more willing to do that. To where I think maybe the higher R multiple trades that you go for are something that could be on a personal cash account. My style is definitely a higher R multiple style of trading, but I do see the advantage to lowering your R multiple a bit when it comes to prop trading because of certain things that may be in place, whether it's time constraints or consistency percentages or whatever it may be. I think locking profits on prop firms is never a terrible idea.
You have a follow-up question, or I think you specified already your R multiple.
1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or 1 to 1. So I can't it's one of those questions where there's no right or wrong answer. There's no black or white answer. And I think that's the case with a lot of things in trading. And so you need to, a big part of trading, I think, is knowing yourself, your system, your psychology, how you react to certain things, what works for you, right? So if you can have a really high, win rate with a 1-to-1 R, then bang out 1-to-1s all day. I think that's awesome. If your win rate's high and you can do that, that's great.
Yeah.
But obviously anything positive, anything 1 to 2, anything 1 to 3 is great. It sounded like a lot of people who watched the stream didn't take this approach, and I don't know why more people don't. But one way you could go about this to kind of simplify this for you, Nikhil, is take half a position or 1/3 of your trade off at 1-to-1 every time, right? So if you're at 1-to-1 R, boom, you take 50% off. So if you have 2 lots, you're taking 1 lot off at 1-to-1 R. You're moving your stop to break even on your other lot, and then you're letting it go to 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, and then you're closing it. It seems, I don't know, maybe it's a Forex thing, but it seems like a lot of people in Forex don't scale out of positions. I personally like locking a little profit. Sometimes you in making the trade completely risk free, where you're locking profits. Maybe you adjust your stop a little bit. The trade becomes risk free, and you let those winners work. Yeah, 1 minute time frame. I don't know your whole strategy and how you do it. If you're taking your trade on a 1 minute time frame, I would take profits quicker. So I would not necessarily, for me, if I'm taking sometimes I'll take trades based off of the 2 minute time frame, for an entry, but it's because I want the daily chart to close, right? I think the daily chart could potentially close with basically a failure under Friday's low, and we could close today with some sort of hammer, with some sort of strong lower wick. I thought that made a whole lot of sense moving into this week with some earnings coming up and that sort of thing. The big move down on Friday gets bears all fired up, maybe trap some bears because everybody's thinking under Friday's low, shorts are on the table, which clearly they were. But like I'm taking an entry. This is why I use multi time frame analysis, right? I'm taking an entry on the 2 minute, but it's because I want to hold it into the end of today because I think today's daily chart could close in a hammer with a failure to go lower under Friday's low. Does that make sense? So like if you're taking your trade on the 1 minute chart and you don't give a shit what the daily chart's doing, what the weekly chart's doing, what the hourly chart's doing, then your trading system is way different than my trading system. And it's hard for me to tell you exactly how to manage that trade. If all you're looking at is that smaller time frame, and most of the time stuff on the smaller time frame is noise. I mean, I think you can use the multiple time frames and anticipate certain things like I try to do, but I think if you're just like, hey, I'm taking this on the 1 minute because of the 1 minute structure and the 1 minute trend, I think you got to take your profits based off of the 1 minute chart. To me, to where I'm taking maybe something on the 2 minute chart or the 5 minute chart, but I'm taking my profits based off of what I want to see the daily chart do or something like that. Hopefully that makes sense. So first, or not the first, but a little decent bounce on the indexes here. See if it gets any follow through or we reject again.
Gold is in a decisive candlestick again. I think this marks the third live stream in a row that I've said this minutes before we're done with the stream.
You're taking a short to the finish line again. I love it.
I do not want it to be the third time in a row that I take a little loss at the end. And it's the same exact one, I think, which is a downtrend slope, price coming back into it to potentially bounce back down or break through it. I draw my little arrows. And then after we end the stream, I delete them and I say, well, that didn't happen. I'm not trying to predict the market in any way. And I don't want India to come sue me later. Not India, government. India SEC.
You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned from India for your live stream trading.
Yeah, my finfluencing. This is not financial advice. Do what I say. Yeah, it's doing its little thing again. Volume profile is right up in there. I'll play it again. If you don't, I don't want to compare it to gambling, but you can't win if you don't enter. So,
hey, there you go. If you're not first, you're last. I think the great wise Ricky Bobby's dad once said that.
Well, then he corrected himself and said, hell, you can be second, you can be third, you can be fourth.
Hell, you can even be fifth.
I was high as a kite when I said that.
That's a great movie.
I've been living my whole life on a lie.
When he puts the tiger in the car with him, he's gonna drive with the tiger in the car.
Oh yeah, Karen. Sit down, Karen.
That's so funny.
That's the best. Boys in Blue are on their way. There's packages of Columbia Bam Bam
of pure Colombian cocaine.
Yeah, it was Lucky
that
Charms.
movie's so good. I love Will Ferrell movies.
Oh yeah, they keep you laughing
for sure.
He's the one guy I can watch over and over again.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I don't. Are you familiar with Jeremy Piven? He's Ari Gold from Entourage. If you've ever watched Entourage, I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff.
I know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he was in
I'm
Old
aware.
School. He was the dean. He was the dean in Old School.
Yeah.
But he was just on a morning radio show here in Pittsburgh. He does stand up now, and he's on tour doing stand up, which I didn't know he did stand up, which I thought was pretty funny, pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. He can be funny. He can crack me up. He's a good actor.
For sure. His acting is phenomenal. I love his acting. It's so good.
Yeah. He has that voice that can I don't know. He can be. Didn't he portray the actor portraying George on Seinfeld?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that. I've heard like George's character was based off of Larry David himself.
Yeah, there was an old episode of Seinfeld because you referenced it a couple weeks ago. So
I imagine that he's probably had a cameo in Seinfeld, I would imagine.
Yeah, they were doing the show inside of the show once, and then he was casted to play George.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And they casted him because his personality. In other words, behind the screen, the actor. I'm giving to his credit. The actor was, he was portraying that he was naturally like George. So, and he showed up to his audition wearing like velvet sweatpants or something. Oh yeah, sweat bottoms with the shirt untucked.
That's funny.
Yeah. He's the perfect George. No. No, he's not.
Well, all right, gang. It is. It's coming up on 11:15 here. Slow day for me. I took a couple quick stop outs. Unfortunately, seen a bit of a rally here, which I have mixed feelings about. Part of me thinks we see more of a rally, but I don't have super strong conviction either way. I think some of the better action for at least me personally will come a little bit later this week once we have some more data on the chart. So I'll be very interested to see how today closes. And we'll be back on Wednesday, which should be fun. We have NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday. I can't remember if they're before the bell or after the bell. I think it's after the bell. So that should add a little volatility into the NASDAQ and ES and stuff. So should be a fun trading day on Wednesday. We'll see if we can catch something, catch a nice move or not. But in the meantime, trade safe. Good chatting with you all, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace out, everybody.